My name is Rachel Thompson, I'm 30 years old, and I'm about to tell you how one picture turned my whole world upside down. But here's the twist. The person who saved me. I was planning to never speak to him again. My phone kept buzzing that Tuesday morning. Buzz after buzz after buzz. I thought maybe someone won the lottery or something exciting happened. Boy, was I wrong. My younger sister, Emma, had posted something on Instagram. A photo of me and my 8-year-old son, Michael. We were at the park feeding ducks by the pond. His little hands held bread pieces and his face had that pure joy only kids have. I looked tired because honestly I was tired. Single parenting does that to you. But the caption made my blood run cold. When mistakes raise mistakes. Some people never learn. That's what she wrote. About me. About my baby boy. I read it 5 times. Then 10 times. My hand started shaking so bad I almost dropped my phone. The comments were already flooding in. People I went to church with. People from my old job. Neighbors. Family members. Well, she always made bad choices. Poor kid doesn't stand a chance. This is just embarrassing. And then the laughing emojis started. Row after row of people finding my life hilarious. My own cousin Jessica wrote "Truth hurts" with 3 fire emojis. My uncle Mark shared it to his page with a comment saying, "Family drama is the best drama." But what destroyed me? What made me sit down on my kitchen floor and just stare at nothing? My mom liked the post. My dad liked the post. The 2 people who held Michael when he was born. Who promised they'd always be there for us. They were laughing at us online for everyone to see. Michael was in his room playing with toy cars. Making those little vroom vroom sounds that usually make me smile. But right then, I just heard noise while my brain tried to understand how people could be this mean. See, there's history here. 3 months ago, Emma asked me to co-sign a loan for her. She wanted to start a business selling homemade candles. Said it was her dream. Said she just needed someone to believe in her. Said no. Not because I'm heartless. But because 2 years ago, Emma borrowed my car and totaled it. Never paid me back. Never even said sorry properly. Just made excuses about how insurance should cover everything, except it didn't. I was taking the bus to work for 6 months because of her. Then last year she asked to stay with me, for just a few weeks. Those weeks turned into 4 months. She ate my food, used my things, and when I finally asked her to leave, she told everyone I kicked her out with no warning. So when she asked for that loan, said no. I said it kindly. I explained I couldn't risk my credit when I have a child depending on me. She called me selfish. She said I always thought I was better than everyone. She said I'd regret it. I guess this post was her keeping that promise. The comments kept coming faster than I could read them. Someone wrote, "She thinks she's so perfect." Another person said, "Karma is real." A neighbor who I helped last winter when her pipes froze commented, "Not surprised." I wanted to throw my phone across the room. I wanted to scream. I wanted to respond to every single person and tell them the truth. But my hands just wouldn't move. Then something strange happened. My phone buzzed with a notification. David Thompson posted a photo. David. My husband. Well, my separated husband. We'd been living apart for 8 months. The divorce papers were sitting in a folder on my desk, half signed. We barely talked except about Michael's schedule. Doctor appointments. School events. That kind of thing. I hadn't heard his actual voice in weeks. So when I saw he posted something, my heart did this weird jump thing. I clicked on it faster than I've ever clicked anything. No caption. No explanation. Just a photo. But what a photo. It was Emma. At a restaurant. Sitting very close to someone. Brian Matthews. Her best friend Hannah's husband. The photo was clear as day. Emma had her hand on his arm. They were laughing. Looking at each other the way people do when they're more than friends. The timestamp on the photo. Last Wednesday. The same day Hannah was visiting her sick mother 3 hours away. My breath got stuck in my throat. The comments started immediately. Within seconds. Wait, isn't that Hannah's husband? Oh my God. Emma, what are you doing? This is wild. Someone tagged Hannah directly. Another person screenshotted it immediately. I recognized Brian because we'd all been friends once. Him and Hannah came to Michael's birthday party 2 years ago. Sweet people. The kind who bring extra food and help clean up after. Emma used to babysit their daughter sometimes. I sat there staring at David's post like it was written in a language I didn't understand yet. Where did he get this photo? Why did he post it now? Why did he get involved when we'd been so careful to stay out of each other's lives? Then it happened. Like someone hit a mute button on the entire internet. Emma's post. The one calling my son a mistake. Comments started disappearing. One by one. Like someone was frantically erasing evidence. My mom's like, My dad's like, Jessica's truth hurts comment. Deleted. Uncle Mark's share. Vanished into thin air. New comments appeared on Emma's post, but they weren't from family anymore. Maybe don't throw stones in glass houses. This aged poorly real fast. Karma works quick. I refreshed and refreshed, watching the whole thing unravel in real time. My sister's perfect little attack post was being buried under an avalanche of people pointing out what a hypocrite she was. My phone rang. Unknown number. I answered without thinking. Did you send him that photo? A woman's voice demanded. It was Hannah. No, I said. I didn't even know it existed. Someone's lying, she said, and her voice cracked. Brian just left. He took our daughter. He won't tell me where they went. Then she hung up. My stomach dropped to the floor. This was getting serious. 20 minutes later, someone started banging on my front door. Pounding on it like they were trying to break it down. I looked through the window. Emma's car was in my driveway. Behind it, my parents' car. My aunt's car. Even Jessica's car. They came as a group. Emma was shouting my name. Calling me every bad word she could think of. My mom was yelling about family loyalty and how I'd gone too far. My dad just stood there with his arms crossed, not stopping anyone. Jessica started filming everything on her phone, shouting, "This is what betrayal looks like," for her social media. My aunt picked up a garden stone from my flower bed and threw it at my mailbox. The crash echoed down the whole street. Neighbors were peeking through curtains. Mr. Wilson from next door came out onto his porch to watch. I stood inside my house with my back against the door, heart pounding, praying Michael wouldn't hear any of this. He was still in his room, thank God, with his headphones on watching cartoons. "You destroyed my life," Emma screamed. "You're jealous. You've always been jealous. You can't stand seeing me happy. Happy. Happy." She called my child a mistake online and she's the victim. I pulled out my phone to call the police. But before I could dial, another car pulled up. I knew that engine sound. David's truck. He parked right behind Jessica's car, blocking everyone in. He got out slowly, calmly, like this was just a regular Tuesday visit. Emma ran at him. Got right in his face. "You ruined everything. That photo was private. You had no right." David didn't even blink. He just looked at her with this expression I'd seen maybe twice in our whole marriage. The expression that meant he was done being nice. He walked past Emma like she was invisible. Walked past my dad who tried to say something. Walked straight to my front door and knocked 3 times. Opened it. He stepped inside and closed the door behind him, holding it shut when Emma tried to push through. We stood in my entryway. Just the two of us. Outside, the yelling continued, but it sounded far away now. Muffled. David looked at me with these tired eyes and said, "I can take the post down if you want. It's your call. Where did you get that picture?" Yes. "A buddy of mine saw them at Rosario's restaurant last week. He thought it was weird because everyone knows Hannah. He took the photo and sent it to me. Kept it. Didn't think I'd ever use it. Then I saw what Emma posted about you and Michael, and I just..." He trailed off. Ran his hand through his hair. I couldn't stay quiet anymore. I looked at his phone screen. The post had 300 comments now. People were dissecting everything. Finding old posts of Emma talking about loyalty and family values. Someone found a post where she'd written about how cheating is unforgivable. The irony was thick. "Leave it up," I said quietly. David nodded. He didn't argue. Didn't try to convince me either way. Just respected my choice. The banging on the door got louder. Something metal clattered. My trash cans being knocked over. "I'm calling the cops," I said. "Let me try something first," David replied. He opened the door and stepped back outside. I couldn't hear everything he said because he spoke quietly. But I saw what happened. Emma froze mid-sentence. My mom took a step backward. Jessica lowered her phone. My aunt dropped the garden stone she'd picked up. Within 3 minutes, they were all getting in their cars. No apologies. No explanations. Just slamming doors and squealing tires as they drove away fast. When David came back inside, I just stared at him. "What did you say to them?" "Yes." He shrugged. "Just reminded them that Hannah's a lawyer. And that destruction of property and harassment are both crimes. And that maybe they should think about their own glass houses before throwing more stones." We sat at my kitchen table. The same table where we used to eat breakfast as a family before everything fell apart. David made coffee. I picked up the pieces of my broken garden gnome from the porch. Neither of us talked much. But it didn't feel awkward. It felt steady, real. For the first time in 8 months, I didn't feel completely alone in all this mess. Then my phone buzzed. A voicemail from Brian. "I know David posted that photo," his voice said. He sounded tired. "I'm not mad. Hannah deserves to know the truth. We're getting divorced. I'm done living a lie." There was a pause. "You might want to check your jewelry box. Emma was at your house last month when you went to pick up Michael from school. She asked to use your bathroom." "I'm just saying." My heart stopped. I ran upstairs to my bedroom. Opened my jewelry box with shaking hands. My grandmother's necklace was gone. The one she gave me before she died. The one that meant everything to me. The one worth $3,000. The empty space where it should have been felt like a punch to my chest. I sat on my bed holding the empty box and something inside me just snapped. I called the police right then and there. Filed a report. Gave them everything. The exact date Emma was at my house. The fact that I had security camera footage from my doorbell camera showing her arriving and leaving. The timeline of when I noticed the necklace missing. The officer on the phone was professional. Kind even. "We'll send someone to collect the footage and take your statement, ma'am." 2 days later, police showed up at Emma's apartment. She called me 17 times. I didn't answer once. She left voicemails crying. Saying I was destroying the family. Saying it was all a misunderstanding. Saying she borrowed the necklace and was planning to return it. Borrowed. You don't borrow something without asking. That's called stealing. She showed up at my house again 3 days later. This time alone. No yelling. Just quiet. She stood on my porch looking small and scared. "Please," she said through the door. "I'll give it back. Just drop the charges. Please, Rachel." I opened the door just wide enough to look at her. "You called my son a mistake," I said. "You let our entire family mock him online. You let strangers laugh at an 8-year-old boy. And for what? Because I wouldn't co-sign a loan." Emma's face crumbled. I was angry. I didn't mean it. "Yes," I said. "You did." Close the door. I heard her crying on the porch for 10 minutes before she finally left. The necklace was recovered 4 days later. Emma had hidden it at her boyfriend's house. She was charged with theft. The family group chat exploded. I wasn't in it anymore because I'd left it, but people sent me screenshots. My mom. "Rachel is tearing this family apart." My dad. "She always takes things too far." Jessica. "Can't believe she'd do this over a necklace." A necklace worth $3,000. My grandmother's last gift to me. Sure. Just a necklace. Thanksgiving came around. I didn't get a single invitation. Not that I expected one. Not that I wanted one. But the silence was loud. Then Emma posted photos. The whole family gathered at my parents' house. Turkey. Eyes. Everyone smiling. Right in the center of the table. An empty chair. Plate set. A glass filled. A napkin folded. The caption. Some people choose pride over family. We're thankful for the ones who stayed. The comments were brutal. Good riddance to bad energy. Family first always. My aunt. So peaceful without the drama. They wanted me to see it. They wanted me to feel left out. To feel like I made the wrong choice. So I did something I should have done months ago. I blocked every single one of them. My mom. My dad. Ma. Jessica. Aunts. Uncles. Cousins who never even spoke to me but felt entitled to judge me online. One by one. I deleted family photos from my social media. Untagged myself from years of memories. Changed my privacy settings so tight a spy couldn't find me. When I finished, I sat back and took the deepest breath I'd taken in years. David showed up that afternoon with store-bought stuffing and a rotisserie chicken. Figured you might want company, he said. We made plates. Michael colored a turkey picture and taped it to the fridge. After Michael went to bed, David and I sat on the couch eating pumpkin pie straight from the tin. I blocked them all, I said. He nodded. Good. That was it. One word. But it meant everything. David started coming around more after that. Fixing the loose step on the porch. Replacing the broken mailbox. Helping Michael with homework. He didn't ask to move back in. He just showed up. And kept showing up. One night, after Michael fell asleep during a movie, I asked the question that had been sitting in my throat for weeks. Why now? Why did you step up after everything? David set down his coffee mug and really looked at me. I was a coward during our marriage, he said. I thought keeping quiet meant keeping peace. I thought if I stayed neutral, everyone would be happy. But all I did was leave you alone to fight battles by yourself. When I saw them attack you and Michael like that, I couldn't be quiet anymore. I should have done this years ago. It wasn't a perfect answer. But it was honest. And honest was what I needed. The divorce papers stayed in that folder. Unsigned. Forgotten. We didn't talk about our marriage status. We just started living again. Slowly. Carefully. Like two people learning to trust each other after a really bad storm. Michael noticed the change before anyone else. Kids always do. He started laughing more. Playing louder. He asked David to read bedtime stories again. One day he said, "Our house feels happy now," and went back to building Legos like he hadn't just summed up everything perfectly. Weeks turned into months. The family stayed silent. No apologies. No reaching out. Just nothing. And you know what? That nothing felt like freedom. I learned something important during all this. When you stop explaining yourself to people who don't want to understand, your life gets so much quieter. Emma's theft charge was reduced to a misdemeanor. She got probation and had to pay restitution. Hannah divorced Brian. Last I heard, Emma and Brian aren't even together anymore. Turns out cheating with someone doesn't build a strong foundation for trust. Shocking, I know. My parents never reached out. Not once. No birthday call for Michael. No Christmas card. Nothing. And honestly, I stopped waiting. I stopped checking my phone hoping they'd realize what they lost. 'Cause I finally understood something. I didn't lose my family. They gave up on me. There's a difference. Michael is 9 now. Happy. Thriving. He doesn't ask about grandma and grandpa anymore. He has David. He has me. He has a home that feels safe. David moved back in officially last month. We're not rushing anything. We're just taking it day by day. Building something stronger than what we had before. Something honest. People ask me sometimes if I'm angry. If I'm hurt. The answer is complicated. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it still hurts sometimes. Like when I see other families together at the park and wonder what it would be like if mine wasn't broken. But mostly I feel free. Free from people who only loved me when I was convenient. Free from a family who thought loyalty meant accepting abuse. Free from pretending I deserved less than basic respect. Emma still has me blocked on everything. But the feeling is mutual. The family posted another group photo last month. Same empty chair at the table. Same caption about real family. I didn't see it because I'm blocked. Old friend sent me a screenshot thinking I'd want to know. I didn't care. Because here's what they don't understand. That empty chair. It doesn't represent my absence. It represents their choice. They chose cruelty over kindness. They chose to mock a child. They chose to defend a thief over the person she stole from. Every single choice was theirs. I just stopped begging them to choose differently. The last time I thought about that Instagram post, when mistakes raise mistakes, I realized something that made me smile. They were wrong about who the mistake was. My son isn't a mistake. Loving him isn't a mistake. Protecting him isn't a mistake. The mistake was thinking family meant accepting cruelty with a smile. Family means protection. Family means choosing who gets to be close to you and your child. Family means walking away when people ask you to clap while they hurt you, so they can keep their posts. They can keep their empty chairs and their judgmental comments and their group photos without me. We're eating at our table now. David, Michael, and me. And there's no chair at this table that anyone can take away. We're building our own traditions, our own inside jokes, our own version of what family means. And this family, we don't call children mistakes. We don't mock people online. We don't steal or lie or destroy. We just love each other. Imperfectly. Honestly. Firstly, that Instagram post was supposed to destroy me. Instead, it freed me. Because it showed me exactly who people were when they thought no one was watching. And sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even. It's building a life so good that the people who hurt you become irrelevant. That's exactly what I did. And I've never been happier.